What I've
Yeah.
found, what in my life is that when it came to my own self and the way I needed to change, that almost never worked. It
Mm,
was when I would feel ashamed enough that I would work to change myself and whatever was required of that, whether that was, you know, getting help and going to therapy, or that was, just using my willpower, just make myself do something. And the people who were hurting themselves or hurting me, it was when I challenged them and set boundaries with them that they
mm,
started to change. You need to be giving more grace to me. And, but it was when I laid down the law that they would either change or, that I at least wouldn't have to deal with the problem anymore. And I also
mm.
found that the people I knew who seemed like they were the most functional, the most happy, were the people who had some kind of balance between giving themselves unmerited favor and giving others unmerited favor and a certain accountability of like, no, I've got to hold myself accountable and hold other people accountable to certain high standards. And that's those are the people who seem to kind of be the most functional to me. There's permissive parenting, which is I'm going to love and accept you regardless of how you perform, but I'm not going to hold you to high expectations. And then there's authoritative parenting that says I'm going to hold you to high expectations, but even if you don't meet them, I'm still going to demonstrate love for you.
Mm.
I think there's some people who kind of reject the theology of grace for pure meritocracy because they've seen the ways that it hasn't worked for themselves or worked for others in their life. But the result of that is, of course, everything that you described, which is I am got to work beyond the capacity of that humans are capable of
Mm.
because they don't have a thing underneath them that's ultimately cosmically I'm valuable and loved.